Hi, today we'd like to go over our top 10 picks to successfully submitting a HUD contract package. Completing the contract package with no errors within the HUD deadlines is critical. If you fail to correctly submit your buyer's contract package, you can lose the bid, and your client could lose out on the home of their dreams. We at Specialized Realty Group want to help you, so let's get started. In the DFW area, we are located in the 1D region with 3 different asset management companies: PEMCO, Matt Martin Real Estate, and Hotel is First. Be sure you are using the required forms. Each of the form libraries vary slightly. Double and triple check that you have all of the forms in your package. If the property was built prior to 1978, be sure to include a lead-based paint addendum. If your buyer is an owner-occupant, don't forget to include the owner occupancy certification as required. Omission of the required documents will cause you to have the contract corrections, and deadlines can be tight. Tip number 2, the contract must match the bid submission. This is very important. Take the time to verify the name on the contract and the name listed on the bid. They must match. Form 9548 cannot be changed. Any changes made to this form will cause your form to be rejected. You can alter some of the information, for example, the financing method, once the contract is executed, but you may not alter this information in the contract package. Tip number 3, verify, verify, verify. Be sure to confirm that the buyer's name and Social Security or tax ID are correct on all of the forms. The name must be identical on every document. For example, if the buyer uses the middle initial on the original Form 9548, it must be included on every document thereafter. Tip number 4 is the HUD case number and property address. Every page in the contract package should have the correct case number and address. This is not a requirement by HUD, but we suggest marking it on all pages to help ensure all documents remain together. This also helps to eliminate the potential for individual pages getting misplaced. Let's touch base real quick on tip number 5. It's the proof of funds. Always include the letter pre-qualification for financed offers and proof of funds for a cash offer. Verify the amounts provided in this document will be sufficient to cover the purchase of the property. Do not submit a pre-qual letter, note a buyer approved for $65K loan when the bid amount submitted was $100K. This will not be accepted. Tip number 6 is sign and initials. There are several places that require a signature and initials. Double check them all. Any signatures or initials that are missed will result in the package being returned for revisions. Tip number 7 has to do with the signature of the principal broker. Whether or not the principal broker is involved in the transaction, he or she is required to sign Form 9548. This is required because the principal broker at your office owns the NAID registration under which you are submitting the bid. One exception to this rule can be made if your principal broker has provided you with a letter authorizing you to sign on their behalf. Be sure to use blue ink, which brings me to tip number 8. Blue ink is step number 8. HUD requires all forms, that's all forms, in the contract package be signed in blue ink. This seems like a very easy tip, but one that is easily forgotten by agents everywhere. If your contract is not signed with blue ink, it will cause your contract package to be rejected for failure to comply. Tip number 9 is earnest money. HUD requires a set amount of earnest money depending on the price of the home. For offers that are $50,000 or less, $500 is required. If the home is more than $50,000, you'll need to get a cashier's check for $1,000. Regardless, it needs to be a cashier's check. And then you need to have it signed and ready to be delivered the day the bid is submitted. Of course, if your buyer is outbid, the earnest money will be refunded. The cashier's check must be made out to HUD and the name of the buyers. Be sure to always check the client portals to be current with all of the changes in regards to earnest money requirements. Our last tip is tip number 10. When the clock starts, beware of the deadlines. Deadlines are always critical in the real estate business, but these are especially critical in dealing with HUD. Missed deadlines can result in your buyer's bid being canceled. Currently, HUD requires that the contract package be submitted within 2 business days of bid acceptance, and our office recommends that you overnight your contract package with a delivery service that will guarantee delivery. If you have any questions or would like to schedule a one-on-one training session with our broker, Doug Shanahan, call us today and set an appointment. We want to help you with your HUD buying process in any way that we can. So please do not hesitate and pick up the phone and call our office today with any questions. We also have a free online training session that goes into more detail on the HUD buying process. You can go to www.srghudtraining.com. Our website also has the links to the 3 asset companies, available homes, and a Q&A section in reference to the HUD homes. You can go to www.srgpro.com. Thank you for attending this session with us, and again, please call us with any questions at 940-489-4140.